Game Nerd back at you with another pickups video. And this video is going to be pretty unique because I'm going to show you two pretty hard to find items. One of them super unique, maybe unique towards the area where I live, near the Nintendo headquarters, because it's an NES Test Station. Very rare. I've never even seen one before. Never seen it sold on eBay. So it's very rare. So I got an opportunity to buy that, and I did, so I'll show you that towards the end of the video. Also, I got a Gameboy Fiber Optics Sign. It's in amazing shape. It just glows when the lights are off, so I'll show you guys that too. So stay tuned till the end. I'll be showing you my pickups, but before that, I will show you a trade that I did with Jared. So he wrote on this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles piece of paper here. He says, "Hey Casey, thanks for the trade. Hope your pal likes it. I'm a big fan of your vids. You're partly responsible for starting my collection. I threw in my band CD. Selfless promotion. You might dig it, you might not, but that's okay. Thanks. Can't wait to get the loot." And that's from Jared. And I did listen to your band CD. Pretty dope. My wife really liked, what was it? Grindstone. Yeah, that was her favorite track. Alright, so we got this sealed Wavebird for GameCube. Purchased from Toys R Us because it's from the R Zone. And this is pretty pricey because it's sealed. I already had one, so my friend who collects GameCube stuff, his name's Kevin, I asked him if he wanted it, so we got a trade together. He actually used some of my trades. So everyone's happy. That is good. Now, let's start pickups. First garage sale I went to, there were tons of N64 titles, accessories. Everything was $5 each. So I passed on all the sports, all the commons. All I was left with was two N64 titles. Mario Kart 64 for $5. Yoshi's Story for $5. I would have bought more. There was some controllers that I wanted, but the sticks were horrible, and some of them were super dirty. I just didn't want to deal with it, so I passed on it. So I went to a community garage sale nearby. I went to one of them, and they had all these Super Nintendo games for $1 each. They also had some 360 accessories, like controllers, network adapter, hard drive. I did pick those up too, but I don't have them in front of me. So we got Super Mario World. That's really good for $1. SimCity, I figured $1, might as well take it. We got Street Fighter 2. Shaq Fu, can't pass that up. And we got the best game of all the Super Nintendo games I showed you, Sunset Riders. And this game's like $70 now, I think. So, and it's in really good shape. The label's in great shape. And I asked the lady if she had the Super Nintendo available or any controllers, and she said it broke, so she threw it away. And I was like, dang, I could have fixed it. Then she told me to go to this retro shop where she goes to. I was like, oh yeah, I know that place. She also had some PS1 titles. We had Marvel Superheroes for PS1. That was also $1. And Road Rash 3D. So she just had various random games and accessories in her yard sale. And it was all scattered on the grass. Oh, shoot. And she also had a couple loose games. She gave me both these for 50 cents each, so both for $1. We got Medal of Honor Heroes 2 for the Wii, and the better game of the two, Metal Slug Anthology for the Wii. So I can't complain about those. But that wasn't even the best part of the deal at her garage sale. She had a bunch of Disney plushies, and they were all the Peter Pan theme. There was a total of 12. And she wanted $1 each. That was the theme of her garage sale, I guess, $1. I just took a gamble and I said, hey, would you take $10 for the 12 plushies? Because I figured they might be worth something because they have like the stitched Disney Store logo and they're like really high quality. I mean, here's Croc, Peter Pan, Captain Hook. I mean, there's 12 of them. Smee, Michael and John. And some of these are worth a lot. I checked up on Craigslist. Some of them are $10, $15, but some of them are also $20 to $30 to $40. This one's probably the most rare out of all these. This is Tiger Lily. When I first saw it, I thought it was Pocahontas, and I wasn't going to get it. But she told me it was from Peter Pan, and this one goes for 40 to 50 bucks. This is crazy. So getting it for less than $1 because I got 12 for $10, that's an amazing deal. And those are the things you got to look out for when you're garage sailing. Don't just be focused on games, look for other stuff too, because sometimes it's definitely worth the gamble. And then we got all the Lost Boys. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's all of them, and I'm gonna try to sell these online probably for somewhere between 150 to 200 bucks. So that's gonna pay for a lot of the items that I purchased today. Okay, moving on. I went to another garage sale that had some random stuff, some video games, but I picked up some more possible recoupers. I haven't had a chance to look these up, but these are gold-plated cards with limited edition serial numbers. We got Babe Ruth. They were $1 each. So Jackie Robinson, Ty Cobb, and Ted Williams. 25 cents each. I know you guys can't really see them, but hopefully they're worth more than $1. At that same garage sale, there was a Predator 2. I think this. Last time I looked, this was like 15, 18 bucks. So I got this for $2, so that was pretty good. And at that garage sale, there was a Wii U bundle. It was $300, like pretty expensive, right, for a garage sale. But it came with about 5 to 6 games, and it came with 2 Pro controllers, 2 Wiimotes. So it was a good package, but I didn't want to spend $300 for it. So I asked the dude, would you separate the games? Unfortunately, they didn't have a lot of Mario titles or anything like that, but it did have Hyrule Warriors for Wii U. So I got this for $10. He's willing to take it out for me. What I should have asked about the Pro controllers. I bet I could have got that for like 10 bucks or something. Damn. Yeah, so lesson learned. If you ever see a big bundle of items and it seems like a really expensive price, ask if they're willing to separate it, because you never know what price they'll throw out at you. I mean, 10 bucks for this, that's pretty good. Alright, next garage sale I went to, it wasn't fantastic. It was just all clothes and stuff, but I asked the lady, so the mom, if there was any video game stuff that she had, and she said her son had some like extra systems and games. She couldn't find the games, so I left my number just in case, but she did find the systems. There was a Nintendo, original Nintendo, so she wanted $5 each for these. No cords or anything. We got Sega Saturn 1 and a Sega Saturn number 2. I asked her if any of these worked. She didn't know. So sometimes when you ask that question and they say no, you immediately start to haggle and bundle if you want. So I said, how about all 3 for 10 bucks? She said yes. And then I told her I'd buy more if her son finds more stuff. He just wasn't there at the time. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. Alright, moving on. Oh, this is probably one of my favorite pickups lately. So I went to a garage sale, and the guy had a table full of Xbox 360 games. He was an older teenager, maybe 18 or so. he was asking $5 for each of the 360 games. I was like, they're not like premier titles. They're not hard to find or anything. So I asked him if he had any older games, Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, things like that. And he told me he might have some Sega games. So I was thinking, okay, he probably has Sega Genesis or maybe Game Gear or something. So he takes like 5 minutes looking for it. He comes back, I think he went to the basement to go grab it. Comes back with a bin. It's empty right now, but it's a SpongeBob bin. And inside was a Dreamcast. And it was in pretty bad shape. Like, I cleaned this up, but there was like spider webs and some sort of gross black stuff all over it. But I got the Dreamcast, 2 controllers with some memory cards. But the best part was the games. So there was a lot of games, like over, how many? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 games. Over 35 games. So, got all this. And what happened was, I was able to haggle because he had some pirated games. But there were only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pirated games. So over 20 real games and just this small stack of pirated games. But that was my way to negotiate. And I was like, you know, some of these are like really dirty because it was like really dusty. And I was like, and these are pirated. I mean, this is Bangai-O. This is a really good game, but it's a pirated game. Giga Wing 2. Pirated game. Record of Lotus War, one of my favorite Dreamcast games. Pirated. Expandable. Pirated. Guilty Gear X. Pirated. Puzzle Fighter 2. Super Puzzle Fighter 2. Pirated. And this was the proof. The boot CD. And then there's actual CDRs like Cannon Spike and Metal Slug 2. So that was my way of offering $20. And he accepted it. So I got $20. I got all this for $20. Now to show you the real games, and just to mention, maybe 8 of these games are already worth $400, and you'll know what they are. So we got Crazy Taxi, we got Space Channel 5, we got Fur Fighters, Draconis, Jet Grind Radio, MDK with the dog that has a cigarette, or the cigar, Rayman 2, Shadow Man, Toy Commander, Worms Armageddon, Soul Fighter, Sword of the Berserk, Sega GT, Phantasy Star Online, Blue Stinger, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Zombie Revenge. Alright, let's get to the better games here. Like I said, like 8 of these games are worth over $400. So we'll get to there. We got Sonic Adventure 2, Red Dog, Bomberman Online, love this game. Now we're getting to the better ones. We got Shenmue. All the discs are in there. All these are complete, by the way. They all have their manuals. Mars Matrix. This is like $75 and up. I mean, Shenmue is $50 and up. Elemental Gimmick Gear. This is a hidden gem made by Hudson Soft. This is awesome, awesome, awesome. And that's like $50. Power Stone, that's at least $30, $35. In, you know, complete shape like this. Skies of Arcadia, that's another $50 or so. Grandia 2 with the soundtrack, that's like $30. Illbleed, this is like $75 or more, $80. an amazing set of Dreamcast games, and there are a bunch of these Dreamcast magazine discs too. So for 20 bucks, can't complain. That was probably one of my better finds this year. Now, towards the tail end of the day, I get a text message from somebody I contacted earlier in the day because they posted a Vectrex system. It looked like it was in really good shape, and I asked them how much they wanted for it. If the price was good, that would have been the first garage sale I hit. But they said it was 200 bucks. I was like, no way. What does it come with? It comes with 3 complete games and the Vectrex system. And I was like, looking it up on eBay, and the system itself sells for about $200 to $240 shipped, and then the box games are like $30 to $40 each. So I lowballed a little bit because it's a garage sale. I said, how about 70 bucks? And they said, if nobody buys it for higher than 70 bucks by the end of the day, we'll give you a call. So I get the text message. They didn't call me, they texted me, and they said, it's all yours. So I zoomed over there, went to Auburn, picked it up, got Star Trek for Vetrix in the box with the overlay, Scramble with the overlay, with everything. So these are all complete, and Spike. So these are some pretty awesome games. This is the first time I've ever played it, and I just really enjoyed playing Vectrex. And it worked 100%. There was nothing wrong with it. This thing's a beast. This thing's older than me, and it's still functioning. So I was so happy to get this for 70 bucks. So that's my first Vectrex. And my rule of thumb is I try not to collect things that were made before I was born. But this thing's so awesome that I really had to have it. Okay, moving on. So we got a couple things. This Mr. Nuts was from a trade, a local trade from my buddy Fredo. I gave him Mario Party 1 and Mario Party 4, and he gave me Mr. Nuts and 25 bucks. I thought that was pretty fair. I got about, let's see, there was 46 Sega CD games, and I'm going for the Sega CD set now. There's no duplicates in this lot, okay? And I got a pretty good deal on it. It averaged out to $6, about $6 each shipped, okay? So 46 complete in box games, and then I got some loose games too. So we got the Arcade Classics collection with Sherlock Holmes. We got Fahrenheit. I'm going to have to go through these quickly because it's 46 games. We got Third World War. That was the only one that was in bad shape. We got Flashback, Wirehead, NFL game. Some of these I'm just going to zoom through. NBA Jam, love that game. Surgical Strike, Lethal Enforcers 2 Gunfighters, Mickey Mania, Starblade, Shmup. We got Stellar Fire. A lot of these are like filler titles, but just think about buying a game on eBay and the shipping for these type of games, Sega CDs, where you have to be careful, bubble wrap it and put it in the box when you ship it. It's going to cost more than $4 to ship. So if you think about the average cost being about $6 each shipped, I mean, it's an overall good deal. We got Frankenstein and Dracula. This is like a combo disc, combo game. Chuck Rock 2. Star Wars Rebel Assault. Eternal Champions. I remember playing the heck out of this as a kid. It wasn't as good as like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter though. We got Echo the Dolphin. Mansion of Hidden Souls. I already had that game. Battle Corps. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Sliffy. Trivial Pursuit. WWF Rage in the Cage, and Championship Soccer 94, which happens to be a pretty rare game. Then we got some cardboard box games. Sewer Shark, horrible game. Adventures of Willie Beamish. Batman Returns, kind of a hard title to get complete in the cardboard box. We got Slam City with Scottie Pippen. We got Kids on Site. Alright, trying to get moving here. Jeopardy. Ground Zero Texas. Echo Tides of Time. Lodestar. Bouncers. I actually want to try this one. Ultraverse Prime and Microcosm. It's a 2-in-1 game. Prize Fighter. Thunderstrike. Double Switch. Midnight Raiders. Jurassic Park. NFL 94. Mortal Kombat. Brutal Paws of Fury. Adventures of Batman and Robin. That's a cool one. Sonic CD. That's a double. I already had one. Dark Wizard. I think I already had this one too. And Samurai Showdown. So, pretty cool stuff. And the loose games, there was like 15 of them. I'm not going to go through all of them. Wolfchild, Lethal Enforcers. There's one good, Prince of Persia, Revenge of Ninja, Revenge of Vengeance. Trying to find the good one. Final Fight CD. Yeah. I need to get the frickin' box for this though. But yeah, it's amazing that all these came from one big lot, and only a couple of the cases had issues. All the cases were in good shape except maybe a couple of them that had like a broken hinge. So I'm really happy with that. Okay, now I'm going to show you my pickups from Bellevue. So the first one I'm going to show you is the Nintendo Test Station. Really rare, and when I went to his house, he said he was going to sell his video games too. So that was another opportunity to bundle or get an even better deal. So I asked him how much he wanted for his Jaguar system. He wanted a little bit too much for that. Then I went to the Turbo Express, and I ended up picking that. One Sega Saturn game that he just threw in, Warcraft 2, which is pretty pricey, but he gave it to me for free. And a stack of Turbo Graphics games. So these Turbo Graphics games, he gave it to me for $5 each. I mean, we got Keith Courage, TV Sports Hockey, TV Sports Basketball, we got Battle Royale, and now we're getting to the more pricier ones, and all these are worth like 20 and up, so getting it for $5 is excellent. We got Tailspin, dropping them, Impossible, Aero Blasters, Alien Crush, Cybercore, Splatterhouse, Ninja Spirit, Bonk's Adventure, and Bonk's Revenge. So he really hooked it up with the prices of the games. I mean, $5 each for these TurboGrafx games is awesome. And then he also gave me a really good price for this Turbo Express, and it works too. But you know, with the Turbo Express, you gotta get it recapped eventually, anyways. So now I'll show you the Nintendo Test Station. So here it is, the Nintendo NES Test Station. Oh man, I was so lucky to get this. The guy posted it on Craigslist, and luckily one of our members in the SRG group let everybody know, so we all had a chance to get it. He picked me because I was there with cash in hand. There were some people who offered more, but they were either out of state or they flaked or they wanted to do payments towards it. But luckily I was able to show up there in time, and not only did I get this, but he hooked me up with some other cool stuff. And I'll probably be buying more games from him because he's given really good deals for that. But focusing on the test station itself, well, they use this at the repair centers, I believe, so that they can test out controllers, zappers, ROBs, power pads, anything and everything to deal with an NES system. You could hook up the control deck, you could hook up just the AC adapter, the RF switch, the AV cables, and it'll test it. You just need to plug it into the various ports. And then this knob, so here if we hooked up the controller deck, it would test that. The AV cable, it's failing obviously, so it has a fail message. RF switch, no. AC adapter, fail. And then it even plays the game. So we got Reggie's Radical Adventure in here. So, which is pretty awesome, made by Bishop Bros. So yeah, this thing's so awesome. It weighs about 70 pounds, but this is definitely going to stay in my collection for a very long time. One of my friends, he owns one as well. It's just one of the perks of living in the same area as the Nintendo headquarters. Well, here she is, the Nintendo Gameboy Fiber Optics Sign, and it is just a beauty. It's so much better to see it in person, but I'm not sure if the camera's capturing it properly, but it is just awesome looking. The original owner got it from the Portland Retro Gaming Expo a few years ago. He paid a bundle for it, so he didn't really want to let it go for cheap. I told him that one sold recently on eBay for $700, but I know he doesn't want to ship this thing because, you know, there's always a risk in shipping something this fragile and big. So I told him, if you want to deal locally, I can offer you a good amount of cash for it. He didn't accept my first offer. Then I asked him, well, would you take trades? So he said he was looking for a PS4, which luckily I had one from that Kmart price error. So if I didn't explain this previously, Kmart had a glitch or a price error on their mobile website. They had PS4s for $199. You could take that to Walmart, just put it on your phone, show it to them, and they'll price match it. And some people were able to do it, some people got turned down. I was able to get a Batman Arkham Knight bundle with it for $200, so I used that, traded it for this. So essentially I just paid $200+ for this Game Boy Fiber Optic Sign, which is such a screaming deal. And he was able to get a PS4, which he wanted. So everybody wins at the end. He gets something he wants, I get something I want, and this is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. So thanks everybody for watching. I know it was a long video, but I had to cover a couple weeks worth of pickups.